Alright, so you've started your new YouTube channel for real estate and you've been doing really good, being consistent, putting out videos, but now you're stuck. You don't know what other videos you can possibly put up. You feel like you've exhausted all of your ideas and your resources and you're looking for new content ideas. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over what I did successfully to come up with new content ideas after I felt like I had totally exhausted all of the ideas that I could possibly do. I had covered every single area of town and didn't know how I could come up with a new content idea for videos. So if you're interested in finding out what to do when you're stuck making real estate videos and come out with new content, then stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this video. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Francesca King. If this is your first time to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications while you're there so you get notified every time I upload a new video like this one, showing you all of the things about how to make real estate videos, how to start a YouTube channel for real estate, how to have the right mindset to be successful in real estate, all of those good things that you're gonna need. All right, everybody, so you're making content, you're starting out your YouTube channel, you're vlogging, you're doing all of these things, and you've been consistently doing a video at least once a week, but now you're stuck. It happens to the best of us. I remember when Richard and I first started doing videos, it didn't take long before I looked at him and I was like, what are we gonna do a video on? I'm totally stuck. You know, I've talked about it in some of the other videos, but the most important thing is that when you are first starting your channel, you really do a vlog and cover like the top 5 areas where people are really relocating to from out of state or whatever, but the 5 hot areas that people are really interested in where you live. So after you cover those top 5, then what? Well, if you have those top 5, if you've already done pros and cons, if you've done the cost of living video, and if you have, I would say, at least, 6 months under your belt, then I'm just gonna talk about a few of the things that I actually started doing. So what I started doing was I started actually just looking at my channel, looking at the analytics. If you aren't familiar with how to look at your analytics, you definitely need to acquaint yourself. I use TubeBuddy, so I can go into TubeBuddy and I can just see my top rated videos for the whole year, or I can change that and look for the last 6 months, etc. But consistently, time and time again, I always have one video that's doing better than the other ones and stays there at number 1. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do is, if you have at least 6 months under your belt with your channel and you're looking for a new idea, head on over to TubeBuddy in YouTube and look at the analytics and see what your top performing video is, because there's a good chance that you could just go ahead and redo that video and just make it better. There's things you can do to make it better. The other thing is when you're new and you have a channel that's still 6 months and it's not even a year old yet, you're constantly gonna be getting better, right? Because with practice, you just get better, you get more comfortable in front of the camera, you learn how to make these videos better. Maybe you've gotten a video editor by now, so your videos are better. So I would just look back and see what videos were doing good, and I would actually get excited about redoing some of the videos that we did when we first started that really looked terrible. I think I've mentioned before on this channel, but the camera I'm recording on right now is a Sony. It's an A6300, I believe, and that's what I actually started vlogging on, and it was absolutely terrible. It was so heavy, the camera, so I'd be holding it up and my arm would just start shaking, and the quality of the footage was just terrible. I would have to keep rotating it between hands. I would stick it out the window to get footage of the neighborhoods while we were driving by, and because the Sony doesn't have a stabilizer built into it, the footage would be just terrible. So what I got excited about doing was going ahead and redoing some of those areas that I had already done a vlog on and using the GoPro, because the footage is so much better. It has a stabilizer built into it, and you can watch the footage without getting dizzy from it. So what we did is we started just kind of redoing some of those areas. I looked at my top performing video, I redid that one. Time and time again, my top performing videos are actually the ones where I tell people not to live. So they're a green screen video, just like the one I'm doing right now. and I'm talking about like the top worst places to live or something like that, the more honest I am in these videos, the more people absolutely love it. They reach out and they're like, it's so refreshing to see a realtor who's just being honest and not selling me sunshine and roses all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I have to be honest with my clients because I'm not going to put you in an area that you're not going to feel good in. So I've redone some of those videos a couple of times. And another trick for you when you're looking to redo your content and you're looking for fresh ideas is update it with the year that you're currently working in. So like for example, I have videos that I did in 2020. I have videos from 2021 where I did like rankings of areas for that year. So I just go through and I update them and do a new video, revise it with new rankings that are like best places to live or places to stay away from for 2022. Like for instance, how I find the areas to put in these videos, the top ranked or the worst ranked, I really just search on Google and look for blogs and research that other people have done. I like to use niche.com. So a lot of times I'll find articles on niche.com or rankings and I'll just write some notes off of that and do my videos. But one thing I do want to tell you to be careful of when you're talking about the worst places to live or where there's crime and stuff like that is my suggestion to kind of mention in the beginning of the video that you are kind of going off of a blog and niche.com and that you're just kind of relaying the information. And you know, when you're doing that, a way to kind of separate yourself, because you're probably thinking, well, my client could just read the blog on niche.com, but what I would do is I would kind of take notes on the areas and figure out what I was going to do, top or worst rated areas, you know, maybe the top 5. And then what I would do is I would kind of give examples with each area of why it's not a great area, something that had happened to me. Because the thing about YouTube is, and how you're going to be able to be very successful with these real estate videos, is telling stories. Because people remember stories, they don't remember all the facts that you're gonna give them. They don't remember, you know, statistics and things like that, but they're gonna remember the stories. Like, hey, you wanna stay away from this part of town. You know, it's a part of town that it seems more affordable, so I have clients calling me because they see it on Zillow or Realtor.com and they're like, oh, Francesca, I wanna live in this area. But then we pull up and they're like, absolutely not, you gotta get me out of here. I never wanna live in this area. So that's an example of, you know, how I would tell a story about an area that, you know, was rated very poorly and people didn't want to live in. So just remember to kind of call out niche.com. And then when you get the comments coming in from rude people saying, you know, I thought you're a realtor and you're not supposed to do that, just remember that there's always going to be negative people surfing the internet and they're going to come to your channel. I have had some of the absolute rudest comments on my channel, and the best way to handle this is really just to give them some love, because I don't know what's happening in their life that they feel the need to land on my channel and tell me what a terrible realtor I am, how my hair is so crazy that they can't take me seriously. I had a guy tell me that I look like an Oompa Loompa, and I just told him kindly, I responded back that I always did love Willy in the Wonka Chocolate Factory. I just killed him with kindness, and you know, it is actually better for your channel to have comments. So for the algorithms and everything like that, I tend to leave most of the comments on the videos, but if you do have somebody harassing you or threatening you, absolutely turn that into YouTube and let them take care of it. Make sure you block that person on your channel, but be prepared when you're starting your YouTube channel and you're doing these videos to have some thick skin and remember that it's actually not about you, it's about the person who's leaving the comment. It has nothing to do with you. And the thing is that when other people come onto your channel and they're reading the comments, people that want to work with you and that you probably want to work with, they're going to see how you respond to these comments. And I actually had somebody call me out on one of them because they said, Francesca, you're always giving everybody so much love. Like, you're so positive, and I just love that. And it made me want to work with you even more. So there you go. Make sure you have thick skin and, you know, make sure you're always just responding very positively. Okay, another thing that we would do when we were getting stuck coming up with new video ideas is, you know, the area that we live in Central Florida, there's actually a ton of new construction going on in areas that are just blowing up. So what would happen is there would be a new community opening up that was a new construction community, and we would want to do a video on that community. But what I learned from trial and error is doing new videos or vlogs on just one little community really is not where it's at. We didn't get as many views when we did those kind of videos. We started doing this one vlog series on all these individual subdivisions in this big PUD that we have here. They did not do well at all, and it's an area that I really love to work in, so I thought it would be great to highlight it so much, but the videos kind of tended to flop, so I decided to take my focus off doing that. And when we have a new community that pops up in an area that I want to focus on, what I do is I take the area that the community is in, even if I've already done 3 other videos about this area. So say I'm in Orlando, obviously, guys, so say it's a new community in Orlando. What I do is I just do another living in Orlando video, but I add this community into the video. I still show things in the video that are near the community, like where to go eat, how far the airport is, how far it is to get to the toll roads. I go through all of that, but I still really highlight the area and what it has to offer and why I think it's such a great area to live in. You know, I'll talk about school ratings, talk about taxes, things like that, but don't just do it on one little community. Make sure that you step outside the box and do the whole area. Okay, and last but not least is, you know, I was watching my other YouTubers that I watch that teach people how to do YouTube in general, not real estate per se. That's one of my favorite things to do because there's a lot of great YouTubers out there and you can really learn a lot from some of these other YouTubers that are just doing YouTube for a living. But my girl Catherine Manning actually said on one of her videos that she will actually look at what her competitors are doing and what's working for them, and she will actually just do that and make it her own. And this is what I want to say about that, because it can be very hard in real estate when you're starting your YouTube channel, especially before you really start killing it. It can be very easy to watch your competitors' videos, especially if you're in an area that's highly competitive like mine. There's so many other realtors doing videos here, and so instead of watching their videos and just copying what they did, I actually stopped watching their videos because it would really mess with my brain when I went to go do a video if I had watched another person's video. And a big thing for me doing my real estate vlogs has always been that I want to separate myself and be myself and do something different, or, you know, just be unique in everything that I do. So what I would do is just look at the titles. I would look at the titles just to see what was working for them and not go any further. So, you know, if you're in an area that's highly competitive, I definitely recommend not really watching the videos of your competitors, because it's gonna mess with your brain when you're starting out and you're trying to do these videos. You're gonna compare yourself to them, and are your videos as good as them? Or you're gonna think, oh my gosh, I didn't put all those facts into there. But here's the thing, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you put all the same facts in that somebody else did. It doesn't matter if you think your video is as good as theirs or not. What matters really the most is that you're being unique, you're being yourself, and that you're sharing things about an area that you know, that you love, and that you feel comfortable talking about. So just like having a client in your car and driving around and showing them the area, that's what these videos are like. So I hope this helps you out when you're starting out on YouTube, and I hope if you are getting stuck on a video or coming up with new video ideas that this will help you. Also, of course, you can always search Google to see what comes up. You don't have to just search for titles on TubeBuddy. You can definitely search on Google, and you can also on TubeBuddy, if you type in a title and you search it and you look at the results, a lot of times on the left-hand side on the right-hand side, it'll say other things, and it'll give you related searches. And if you click on those, a lot of times a good video idea will come up over there. So like I said, if you don't have TubeBuddy, I highly recommend it. And those are really the key things that I have done for my channel to help it when I was stuck and didn't really know what new video I could put out. All right, guys, as always, if you're wanting to partner up with an agent who is like-minded, we're looking to partner up with agents all across the United States. So if you're interested in scheduling a Zoom with us, make sure you reach out or call us anytime. We'd love to talk to you. All right, have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.